Hey guys, welcome back to another plan with me. My God, I'm so upset right now. My voiceover that I was content with just disappeared. I stopped the recording and it just disappeared. If it happens again, there's just going to be no video because I'm over this. This is the third time I'm doing this. So anyway, welcome to another plan with me. This week I'm planning from February 26th to the 3rd, and I'm using this Pop Mystery kit from Scribble Prints Co, which is clearly the Alice in Wonderland kit. Now, I absolutely love this kit, but I am going to tell you right now, I don't like how I used it. I decided to color block this week, which is something I very rarely do. One of the main reasons is because I mostly get mini kits, and it's really hard to color block with such a small selection of stickers. But the only reason I tried this week was because I thought that since these are primary colors and then just a very simple green, I thought finding labels in my stash would be easy enough. So I decided to go for it, and the only reason I even thought about color blocking at all was because after I pulled all of the stickers for Monday, I noticed that almost every single one had a gold tone to it. It was like a gold yellow color. And so that made me think, you know what, I've color blocked before, but I don't think I've ever color blocked my icons and characters as well. So I wanted to take a stab at it, and I think I did pretty well. There are a couple stickers that are not perfect, but I'm happy with them. But yeah, I'm not going to say that it's terrible, and it was fun and satisfying finding all of the right colored labels in my stash. The blue was really hard because this is this really pretty, almost like periwinkle blue. So it was very hard to find, but I found some, so that just was exciting. But you'll see when I put my deco up top that I used the date covers as well as the deco, and it just looks really full and colorful and chaotic, and like, I like it. And so now I'm disappointed that I didn't mix up all the colors because I think I would have liked that a lot more. This is a very colorful kit. And yeah, I'm just disappointed that I didn't do that, but it's okay. You let me know what you think. I do wish I had a second one of these kits though to use next year and, you know, do something different, but you know, it is what it is. It's not terrible, and I still get to look at the artwork, which makes me happy. What else? Not much. Luckily, this kit gives you a ton of full boxes, so I didn't have to put anything functional on my sidebar, and I just get pure aesthetics, which is all I care to do in a memory keeping spread. I did use a full box on every single day. And I didn't decide to color block my full boxes either until I got to Thursday, and I sort of did them backwards. So Friday is the Cheshire Cat, purple, not yellow. And then the double box on Saturday and Sunday also aren't like color blocked. But then I saw that I could sort of color block the boxes. So 4 out of 7 days are color blocked like completely. But yeah, really nothing else to say about the kit itself. So moving on to what happened this week, not a ton happened. I will say one weird thing that happened to me, and I'm still not totally sure what it is. I'm more and more thinking that it wasn't a dream. Like, I think this actually did happen. But the fact that my boyfriend slept right through it, and he's a very light sleeper, is what, like, I was like very confused. And also I was not sleeping well that night, and I've been having a lot of nightmares. So who's to say, but I think it really happened. And what I'm talking about is my boyfriend came over on Wednesday, and he ended up spending the night. And I already don't sleep well when he's here because my bed is a full, it's not a queen. And my cat also likes to sleep on the bed. So there's just not a lot of space. And then it's just way more body heat than I'm used to. So I end up like sweating, and it's just not comfortable. So I was already waking up quite a few times in the middle of the night, but there was this one time, it was very early / late, like 3 or 4 a.m. I heard someone, most likely a woman, screaming outside, like not screaming, but like yelling. And she was yelling, "Stop following me. I told you to stop following me. Get away from me. What are you doing? Get away from me. Stop following me. And like, I was like half asleep, so I wasn't really sure what was going on. Now I'm concerned that it was someone yelling, hoping somebody would call the cops. But I don't know because I never got up and I never went to the window, so I didn't look. But hopefully it was just a dream, or more than likely it wasn't. So hopefully it was just a crazy person talking to themselves and nobody was being followed. Anyway, that was really weird. But yeah, Joe said he didn't hear a thing. So I don't know because I'm not a light sleeper and he is. So it's weird that I heard it and he didn't. But that also might be like, you know how women are a little more like on alert when it comes to danger? It might be that. I don't know. I never will. The other thing that happened this week was that I did go in for my biopsy on Friday. I got 2 lumps biopsied, 1 in each breast. I have quite a few. But the main concern was one in my left breast is huge. It's massive and it keeps growing. And so that's why I finally went to get them biopsied. And I don't have cancer or anything, so that's great. However, I am don't get me wrong, I'm not disappointed that I don't have cancer. I'm disappointed that I had all this, like, I basically spent $1,000 to find out that I'm perfectly healthy. You know what I mean? Like, it's very expensive and time consuming and draining to do all this just to find out that, like, you're fine. But still, both my gynecologist and the breast surgeon who I spoke to both suggest that I get the big lump removed because it's just going to keep growing and it's already very uncomfortable for me. Like doing certain exercises, it hurts because it like pushes against my, I guess, rib cage or whatever's back there. And you can like see it like through my skin. It's like big, okay? It's like big. So anyway, TBD, I have to talk to my insurance company because if it's going to be wildly expensive, I'm just going to live with it for a while, you know? It's not going to kill me, so anyway. And then the only other thing I think worth mentioning, at least I think, is that I finally spoke up for myself, which I never do. But I had to park in a parking garage when I went to get my biopsy because there's no street parking, and the only other option would have been to walk 45 minutes there and back. And I had to work after my appointment, so I didn't want to waste an hour and a half, you know, doing that. So I drove, and they told me in the phone call that I could get discounted parking because I'm going to the hospital, and it's a hospital parking garage. So they validated my parking in the doctor's office, and I went to the parking garage and the machine was still charging me full price. So rather than just leave and get really angry, because I have anger issues, and then cry, I went up to the front counter and I asked the woman, you know, like, oh, am I still supposed to use the machine with validated parking? She said yes. And I said, okay, because it's like, she said, but it shouldn't be more than $19. And I said, oh, it's not taking anything off. And so she put it through her own machine, and I only got charged $17. So I'm glad I said something, because 32 versus 17 for like an hour, not even an hour and a half of parking is like, parking's expensive. But anyway, so I'm glad I stood up for myself. But other than that, nothing really crazy happened this week. So I guess I'll just get into the day by day and see if I forgot anything. So starting with Monday, the first thing I marked with a munchkin with back pain was that I took one trip, and I marked this because I had so much shit to carry inside, like more than usual on a Monday morning, and I refused to take more than one trip because it makes me angry. So I should not have done that. Like, it was so heavy that I had to physically hold myself up with the banister when I was walking up the steps in my building. Like, I was carrying so much shit, like a case of Red Bull, my computer bag, my duffel bag, all of these groceries. Like, I looked ridiculous and it was stupid, but I did it. And then, if you remember from my previous plan with me, I ended the week, the work week anyway, not in the best mood. And my boss had sent me a very stressful Teams meeting, essentially alluding to the fact that I closed out a customer's email without responding to them. And I I had no idea what I did because I wouldn't have done that on purpose. But come Monday morning, she had deleted the message. So it clearly was a misunderstanding on her part, and nothing was wrong. So that was a huge relief. And I used one of these freebies from Scribble Prints Co. that it said, "Did you know?" But I just deleted that. I cut that part off. Then with the Once More with Love cat sticker, I marked that I had some Janet cuddles in the morning. And then I used this laundry sticker that I think was on a printable, possibly from this kit, I can't remember, and a flag to mark that I did my laundry like I usually do on Monday. Then Joe came over, and I just used leftover Glam Planner stickers to mark that because he has glasses that look exactly like that. And I don't remember why he came over. I don't remember. Anyway, that's why I need to catch up. Then after work, I took a nap and I used these Sticky Perks pillows to mark that. I did an upper body workout and used this Coffee Monsters Co. emoji for that. And you can kind of tell that this was before I had actually realized I was pulling all yellow stickers because it does have a red headband. So, oh well. Then I marked with a baked potato from Sticky Perks that I made Brussels sprouts and a baked potato, wow, in the oven, and it was so good. I had previously made Brussels sprouts a few times, and they've always tasted like shit. And I know it's nothing revolutionary, but I was talking to Alex from Canada Girl Plans. I always forget. That's got to be it. I look at her username like every single day. Anyway, she cooks a lot, and so I was asking her, and she's like, olive oil, salt and pepper, and something else. Oh, Parmesan cheese, I think. Anyway, they were delicious. They were edible. First time ever I made edible Brussels sprouts. So that was great. Then I just marked that I did a ton of planner stuff. That usually means I probably did a voiceover, edited, and filmed something. And I used a planner that I have no idea where it came from to mark that. And then finally with an insomnia munchkin, I marked that I got no sleep yet again. Moving on to Tuesday, the first thing I marked was that I slept through my first alarm, probably because I was up all night. And I used a sleeping emoji for that. With a munchkin carrying a backpack, I marked that I was in office this day. Then with this sneaky munchkin, I marked that I did some editing at work, just on my phone, but I had recorded a talk through, and it was like a lot of word vomit and just, I don't know, it took a very long time to edit that video. I thought it would actually take less time because I didn't have to do a voiceover, but I don't know, I was on another planet when I filmed that. So anyway, I did the editing in between work tasks. Then this character is from a printable, and I can't remember the shop. I do apologize. If you want to know, I'll go find out. But I used it to mark that I was worried about my medical bills because I just kept getting different answers from different people. But it ended up being fine. Like, I was getting quoted like thousands of dollars, like $4,000 for this biopsy. It was not that, luckily. I would have been very upset if I spent $4,000 to find out. I'm totally fucking fine, you know? Then with the Stella Bow Sticker Co. tissue box, I marked that I told my boss I didn't feel well, and I said I might need to work from home on Wednesday, which wasn't necessarily a lie. I wasn't sick, but I was very burnt out. Like, I was so tired. I was so stressed. I was so anxious. I had so much going on with like my boobs and my car and doctors and all this stuff. Like, I was so worn out. And the fact that I was waking up extra early to come sit in an office by myself and not talk to a single person, I was just like, I can't do this. So I asked if I could work from home, and she said yes. So that was a relief. So even though I wasn't like cough sick, I really did not feel well, and I just needed a day to not have any extra stress. Then I can't remember where I got these. I think Ilza sent me these rain stickers. So forgive me, I don't know the name of the shop, but I used her to mark walking home in the rain. When I got home, I filled in a spread and I used this sticker. It might be Pink Diamond Planner Co. or not. Maybe Apple Blossom Prints Co. I'm not sure, but wherever this planner's from, the YouTube icon below it is also from that shop. And I marked wasting a bunch of time on YouTube. And then I can't remember what my mental breakdown was about. It's probably just being burnt out, like I said. But I ended my evening just having a complete, full mental breakdown. I just could not handle life. So I'm really glad that I asked for a quote unquote like sick day. So moving on to Wednesday, I did work from home and it just felt so good to just like be in my pajamas and be alone and like sleep in until 7:50 instead of getting up, and like you guys get it. So I use this desk from, I want to say Murdoch Talks, to mark working from home. Then under that, I marked pulling stickers because I was able to pull stickers in between work tasks because, again, we're taking it easy and I was home. So that was really nice. And I used an olive from Olive Studio to mark that. With this sticker that is either from this kit or another, no, I'm sorry, it can't be from this kit. This is a Scribble Prints Co kit. Where is this from? No, it could be. Does she have these stickers? Anyway, it doesn't even matter where this sticker's from because I feel like everyone and their mother has this art. So anyway, with this cleaning sticker, I marked that I did a bunch of chores. And then with a not a dishwasher, a washing machine. I think this is from SPC. I marked that I washed my sheets, my least favorite task ever. Actually, it's just doing the bed and, the washing part. That's fine. Then with this chicken nugget sticker that I also think is from SPC, not from this kit, but from a freebie, I marked that Joe stopped by and he brought me, well, he didn't stop by, he stayed, but he brought me so many things. He brought me my Chick-fil-A nuggets because, again, got free ones. I don't remember what else he brought me, but he brought me a ton of stuff. Then we finally watched Poor Things. I had really been wanting to watch this movie, but it wasn't available online until late February. So we were finally able to watch it, and I used these munchkins watching TV to mark that. I very much enjoyed it. It was very weird, and I have a lot of issues with age gap relationships, especially when it's like a young person. Obviously, if they're like 30 and 50, that doesn't bother me as much as like 20 and 40, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to ruin the movie, but there is some like creepy stuff like that, but I think the movie sort of pokes fun at it, so I'm okay with it. Joe did not understand it. He thought it was too weird. Then with a tired munchkin, I marked that I slept like shit, like I said. And then the final thing I marked on Wednesday with a nightmare sticker was, I wasn't sure if I dreamt that lady or not. Moving on to Thursday, the first thing I marked was that I was able to get to the office early. And again, that's because I didn't have to go in on Wednesday. I just had a little bit more energy. I was able to get out of bed on time, and I couldn't remember the exact time. I think I got to the office at like 7:54 this day, like logged on at 7:54, which is quite early for me. I have been very much struggling to get to the office on time. Well, no, I'm never late, but like when I want to be there, I'm struggling. So yeah, this is the last day. Up until today, which is April 15th, I have not been to the office early since, wait, no. There's one, no, I think this is it. Then I just marked that my boss was on one this day. Like, she had just so many questions, and she was like stressing me out with the questions because it was, she does this a lot, and I've talked about this in other Plan With Me's, but she was asking questions that make me second guess, like, wait, did I forget to do that? And then I'd have to go through all my emails and all of my tasks to confirm that I did do it. So that always stresses me out because I am forever thinking that I've done something wrong. So I used a Not Today munchkin to mark that. Then with this sticky perk sticker, I marked that I ate my Chick-fil-A for lunch. This is clearly not Chick-fil-A at all, but I wanted to use it because of the green Pringles can. Then I marked when I got home that I had a lazy girl dinner. I couldn't tell you what it was. It was probably cup noodles because I don't know a lazier girl dinner than that. And I was torn between using the Parmesan cheese sticker that you're about to see because it matched the day, but I just felt like potato chips embody lazy girl dinner. And so even though they're yellow and not green, I used the chips. So a little bit of a fail. Then I marked that I planned with this green planner that may or may not be from the kit, I'm not sure. And then with this giant Oogie Boogie sticker, I marked that I had some nightmares again. I'm telling you, I've been having so many nightmares. I don't know. I feel like I either don't dream at all or have a bunch of weird, unsettling, disturbing dreams. But anyway, moving on to Friday, the first thing I marked was that I was just so anxious because this was the day of my biopsy. And I shit you not, I wasn't as nervous. Actually, I wasn't nervous for the biopsy at all. That stuff doesn't make me nervous. Maybe surgery would because you can like die during surgery, but I was nervous about finding the parking garage, people beeping at me because I'm going to Center City and people beep everywhere, missing my turn, being late for my appointment. Like, that's what was making me sick. I was so nervous. I almost asked Joe to drive me, but I don't like asking him to take me places early. So, and then he would have had to like hang out, which he could have. They even asked me if I was going to have somebody come with me, but I just would have felt bad. So I sucked it up and I acted like an adult and took myself. And then, anyway, sorry, I don't think I said where the stickers are from, even though you know. Once More With Love, and the car is SPC. But I drove to the parking garage in one piece, made it there. Like I said in the intro, I got my discounted parking rate, so that was good. And then I used an emoji doctor to mark that my biopsy went really well. Everybody was so nice. My nurse was just a peach, which is pretty important when someone's like wrapping your boobies. But everybody was just so lovely. The doctor, this is the first time I've had a male doctor, like pretty much ever, other than a dentist. I've never gone to a man. He was lovely. He was like some young, what do you call it when they're like done with all their schooling? Resident? I think he was a resident. Anyway, he was a doll. He was very nice, very professional. So I had a really good experience. There was one point where they wanted me to go get more imaging done, like another mammogram, just so that they could keep track of where the lumps are. And the poor nurse, I was freezing because I was half naked and it was so cold. Like I could barely stand still. And the poor nurse like couldn't get a good image, but they ended up just giving up, thank God, because I was so cold. That was the worst part. It was like painful. Then with a successful munchkin, I marked that I asked for my discount because I'm just so brave. Then, unfortunately, I had to work. So I went back home and started work. And I used just like this. I mean, this munchkin is supposed to be upset that the cat is annoying, but I just marked it to mark that work is annoying. Then after work, I did a voiceover and I used another olive to mark that. Although this olive is from a printable kit, so they must have had like some sort of licensing with Olive Studio for that. And then the final thing on Friday, I marked with a movie marquee and these munchkins watching TV, was that we finally watched Mother from 2009. It's I think it's a Korean film, I can't remember, but it has subtitles, and sometimes I'm just too tired to like watch a foreign film, even though some of those are like the best. And this movie has been on my list for the better part of a decade, and I just keep putting it off and putting it off, and we finally watched it this night. Was it the best movie I ever saw? No. But did I like it? Yes, I did. I'm glad I finally watched it. Moving on to Saturday, the first thing I marked was that I was depressed and anxious, and I don't know. I think it was because I woke up to a very stressful text from my grandmother. I've talked about her quite a bit. She's insane and old and just really stresses me out. So I used an emoji to mark that. Then with a WTF munchkin, I marked that my grandmother is insane. I'm not going to get into it because, again, it's not my place, but I was getting very frustrated with her. Then I ended up on a 2-hour phone call with my uncle's significant other about my grandmother. And it was honestly annoying because I'm just like, this is your guys' problem, not mine. I speak up. I tell her when she's being insane, but everybody else tiptoes around her. So like I was getting the idea that they wanted me to fix things for them. And as you can see from the rest of my week, I had a lot going on and I just like couldn't clean up their mess too. So I was very annoyed that 2 hours of my free time was taken up listening to him complain about my grandmother. And like I want to listen, I want to be there, but I had plans this day. So like I didn't have a lot of extra time for this. Anyway, I know that sounds bad, but it's just I just didn't have the mental energy for this phone call. So I wish we could have just done it a different time, not this day. I really didn't want to do it this day, but I did. So whatever. Then I marked getting ready because I was going out, and I used a Once From With Love makeup sticker for that. With another one of these rain stickers from Ilza, I marked rain. And because it was raining and Joe actually had plans right near where I was going, like a few blocks where I was going, he gave me a ride, which, oh my God, thank God, because I didn't want to walk all the way to Center City in the rain. So I marked that I drove with Joe, and I used this little car from Piper Paper or something, maybe. You know, I always forget where these little ones are from, but again, if you ever want to know, I'll let you know. And then with this Stick with the Plan Co sticker, which I know is not red, but they are drinking red wine. So in my head it worked, and it still goes with the rest of the spread. I marked that I had dinner and drinks with one of my like best Philly friends, and we don't see each other as often as we used to, just because like that's life. But it was just what I needed. I thought that I was going to be too drained for this dinner, but it was so much fun. So I'm glad we did it. And then the final thing for Saturday, with these munchkins, watching TV, eating popcorn, I marked that Joe and I just watched YouTube together. I don't even know what we were doing, probably watching movie trailers. Who's to say? I have no idea. Then finally, moving on to Sunday, the first thing I marked was that I slept in, and I used a Do Not Disturb munchkin for that. With this little emoji in her cute, spring summer outfit, I marked that it was beautiful outside. With an Aldi bag from Sticky Perks, I marked that I went to Aldi to do my food shopping. With a Once More With Love litter sticker, I marked that I went home. I did the cat litter, I took out the trash, and I swept the floors. With a Planting Roses book stack, I marked that I read. Then with this car that I think I got from a different printable kit, I know this isn't a printable now, I realize that, but I don't remember what printable kit this is from. I marked that Joe put antifreeze in the Nissan. I know. I hate that card. Oh my God. Anyway, he put antifreeze in it. With a pumpkin paper Coterra eating a slice of pizza, I marked that we got City View Pizza for dinner, which is one of my favorite pizza places in Philadelphia. And then with these munchkins watching TV, I marked that we watched SNL. And then I was able to play some Hogwarts Legacy. I haven't played recently just because I've either been way too busy or way too tired for like playing a video game, if that makes sense. Even though it's a relaxing thing, I need energy to do it. So anyway, but I was able to play this night. And then the very final thing for Sunday with us, this like hot sweaty emoji, was that I unfortunately had night sweats. But yeah, that's everything for this week. Please let me know what you think of the color blocking, if you also would have preferred all of the colors mixed together, or just, I don't know. I'm curious what you think. We know where I stand on it. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.